Hey folks, this is Texas Paul. I want you to watch this video and keep in mind this is on Charlie Kirk's radio show. This is Benny Johnson running his mouth, actually telling you some truth here on Charlie Kirk's television show. Watch what he has to say.
Will Republicans use power? This is my question. Will they wield power? Because if you have a single takeaway as the result stands right now, it is that what the Republican electorate wants is a strong executive who utilizes and wields power over his enemies and then destroys his enemies and makes them grovel, makes molten salty tears flow from their faces, as Ron Desantis did with Disney. Man, have you ever, think about a timeline that we're living in right now. The timeline we're living in right now is that Elon Musk just endorsed Republicans for Congress. You had that going for you. You have Cenk Uygur, Cenk Uygur, your best friend, Charlie Kirk.
I'm really close with.
I live every day as a capitalist. Your best friend voting for a Republican, flipped Democrat, but a Republican, Rick Caruso, and then you have essentially every headwind of culture heading our direction, and we couldn't deliver a victory. However, of course, Florida, we showed the way. The path was a strong people rewarded a strong executive who wields power on their behalf. And what we won't get in this Congress, what I'm fearful of, Rich, and maybe you can take my fears and put them to sleep, but I doubt you will, is that we will get Paul Ryan 2.0. You will get a Paul Ryan 2.0 Congress where nothing is done, where everything is flaccid, and you just get Republican leadership in name only and a betrayal of the base.
Now, to start with, you have to understand, Benny Johnson's not lying here. That's exactly what Republicans want. They want fascism. They want, and like he says, a strong executive that will crush his enemies. Yeah, they're preaching against democracy every day, and they are telling you the absolute truth, that right-wingers want a fascist government. They have no ideas that they can offer you, none whatsoever. They cannot win an election. They can't. And what they're telling you is that we need fascism like we got down in Florida, that does things like attack a business for not going along with attacking gay people. You know, remember, all Disney did there was say, we're not going to attack gay people. And Ron Desantis used the powers of the levers of government to attack Disney. Yeah, that's what they want. They want people who will use their political power to destroy their enemies. Charlie Kirk and his organization are talking to your kids. They're preaching this stuff to your kids. And I don't mean that haphazardly. I mean, he is on your kids' campus. There's a turning point. I guarantee you, go down and check your high school, your junior college, or your kids' college, and there will be a Turning Point USA chapter there, preaching this stuff out of Charlie Kirk to them. Do you want your kids hearing this? Because that's what they're telling them. That's what they're telling them. Democracy is bad, fascism is good, because we're weak, and by we I mean they. Republicans are weak. They want daddy to come along and fight their fight for them. That's exactly what he's telling you here. If you listen to his words, watch the video again, watch this again, listen to his words. He's telling you, daddy, please come fight my fight because I'm losing. Daddy, please come use the government to crush these people. I got news for you. You're talking about the minority, a fascist minority crushing the majority is what you're preaching. You look at this last election. No, the American people didn't want fascism. They were very much anti-fascism. This should have been a massive red wave election. Historically, that's just what happens in the midterms when the other party has power. And it didn't happen. The American people refuted that. And all over right-wing media, this is what you're hearing. Well, if we'd just been fascist, folks, this fight ain't over. I wish it was. This fight ain't over. This repudiation of Republicans isn't the end of it. It's the beginning. They are now openly preaching in every video you see from right-wingers like Charlie Kirk and just all of them. They're preaching fascism's good. And that shit's got to end. That shit's got to end. We have to repudiate that with disgust. We have to use our voices to say, Benny Johnson, you are a disgusting individual. You are a horrible human being. You are in no way represent America, and we do not accept you. That's what you have to do. You have to do it. And you do it by go back, take this video, download it, take the part from old Charlie Kirk in his radio show with old Benny Johnson on his radio show, preaching fascism to your school board, and demand Turning Point USA be taken out of your school. We do not need this type of rhetoric and propaganda taught to our children. That is unacceptable. And make sure you prepare your children to hear that stuff. Love you, folks. Hit the subscribe button. I mean, hit the subscribe button. We need it. We need your help getting this video out. Put a comment in the comments. It helps me with the algorithm here, and this message needs to be put out there. I need you to do that. I appreciate you, folks. I love you. Old Texas Paul out. Y'all have a wonderful day.
MeidasTouch is unapologetically pro-democracy. And look, we know you are too. So please make sure you check out our best-selling shirt and our best-selling gear, the unapologetically pro-democracy gear. And hey, while you're at it, make sure you check out my favorite shirt and one of our most famous designs. It wasn't rigged, you're just a loser. At store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.